Alright everyone, it's time to reveal my age, so to speak, because I'm going to be speaking a little bit about 4chan and some funny stuff that's going on there. It's just sort of an interest of mine, I suppose, which is Andy Sixx log posting on B. Now this is kind of a flippant video. It's not 100% serious, as you can maybe tell from the subject title. It is the Chemo that is saving B. Old-timey reference there for you. I've been using 4chan actually since 2008, so it's been a while, more than a decade. I don't know, some people would say, oh, what a waste of your time. Well, it's interesting and it's an excellent news aggregator. And it used to be that the page B, which is the random page there, was sort of the happening thing on 4chan. It was where you get the weird stuff, you get the politically incorrect content there as well at the time, back when there was news. The politically incorrect material, sort of a lot of Hitler references as well, and porn, wrecked threads and things of that nature. Just generally an amalgamation of everything that could possibly be considered odd or edgy was basically there. This has changed. What's happened over the last couple of years is that the last gasp of B is a funny place for edgy memes and for random material has devolved now into something that's basically nothing more than porn aggregation. The thing is that 4chan also has dedicated pages for that material. It's not banned on B, so people just put it there. So here's what we've got. They've got Andy Sixx log posting, and this is not a new sort of thing. It's been going on for several years actually now. But it's become, I think, more popular now than originally, which is the initial idea of the entire page was randomness. It wasn't a porn page, that was just something you could put there. What happened over time is that the amusing material went elsewhere, and so this is sort of an attempt to re-inject this amusement while at the same time mocking celeb worship and so forth. Like the initial idea, I guess, was basically there are people that were obsessed with Andy Sixx, and so the idea was that at first they just wanted to have sex with him, but then it devolved and they started wanting to eat his poop, you know, in self-sacrificial sort of ritualistic ways. And it's become more and more intense over time. Take a look at the page. Now, for those of you who don't use 4chan, I'm not trying to inject the board with newcomers, because that's a bad idea generally. It's still got some weird, shocking stuff there. I'm not pretending that it doesn't. It's just the ratio is totally different. It's like 90% pornography at this point. And even the porn's not usually original. Like the problem is, it's not even novel. It's just the same fucking images and GIFs recycled endlessly over and over in different forms with different little stories attached to it to titillate people that have never actually been there before. I think it's regrettable because the board used to be so much more, and of course politically incorrect now is sort of the happening place to be, but it doesn't allow porn on it. And so you've got that strange disconnect. It used to be an internet hate machine that Bill O'Reilly would lash out at, and you had Project Chanology and all of these other wonderful things, and now it's basically degraded. It's degenerated to the point where it's no longer useful for maybe poll fixing. It's no longer useful for rating political polls, like maybe in the Ron Paul era, I can remember that, or in the Trayvon Martin sort of George Zimmerman trial. My God, you should have seen some of the weird shit that was posted then. So this is an attempt to cleanse B, so to speak. It's an attempt to drive off some of the spammy porn material and re-inject what it was initially many years ago, which is a repository of weird shit too, where the whole goal was just to bother people. Now naturally there are people who don't understand the extreme degree of refinement and maturity that goes into the Andy Sixx log posting. And they're referred to by different names. Eustace is a notable one. I think it's funny. Apparently some of these people that have a big stick up their ass about it are attacking people's Reddit pages. I'm like, I don't understand what the point is. Reddit's vestigial at this point as well anyways. Reddit does a good enough job of banning their own intriguing content. You don't need to bother rating pages on there at this point. And of course, Tumblr no longer exists for the most part. It's funny, 4chan used to wage war on Tumblr and used to get into it there, and now it's like Tumblr killed itself and committed suicide. They banned the one thing people went to Tumblr for, pornography. Now they apparently have to go and put it on B. Maybe it's actually an influx of Tumblr users who are pissed off and they wanted to rob B of its life essence, so they just decided to post vaginas and boobs and gay dudes docking each other all across the page. But anyway, I support it fully. I think that log posting is a good thing and encourage its continued behavior, number one. Number two, other people that use 4chan, yeah, you should get into it. I mean, you go on to B, you're going to find Andy Sixx thread pretty much 24/7. It doesn't really matter what time of day you log in, so to speak. You're going to find Andy Sixx stuff. Just start collecting the images, and there's a trick. They're trying to use a filter to block these images out. I believe the filter is defeated by going into the image and changing 1 pixel, which is also a way to get around some of the spam protection on 4chan. Like, you can't post the same image twice for a different thread, but if you change 1 pixel, it'll allow it through. I'm not sure if that's technically even against the rules. So if you modify those images, if everyone were to do that randomly, you had 10 or 20 people doing it, they could overload the board pretty quickly. And it's not against the rules. Rating is allowed on B. Ship posting is allowed on B. Posting incoherent, off-topic, deliberately disruptive material is sort of the point of B. So it's wonderful. There's absolutely no protection against that level of trolling. And of course, it's technically for the lulz. Now, of course, by pontificating on this, of course, there will be some people, anti-logless shills, they're generally called, that'll be pissed off about that. Look, if you're looking for refined, spam-free atmosphere with no edgy or weird shit on it, B is not the place to go and find that. Go back to your whiny diaper-wearing Tumblr page or something like that. If you want to be in a safe space where you won't have to look at, you know, Andy Sixx force-feeding people his shit, it's going to have to be somewhere else. You'd have to get a Twitter page or something. Even Twitter, though, now is infected with log posting. I know this isn't the most serious video that I've ever made, but come on, sometimes you just gotta have humor. I find it funny. Some people don't. They're like, what the fuck is going on? Or they get pissed off at it. Why are you getting pissed off at something posted on 4chan of all places? Fucking grow up. That's about all. Peace out.